Hello, everyone. This is a bonus episode of the Therapy in the Great Outdoors podcast because today is my 48th birthday. And to thank you for being a listener of the podcast, I am going to be doing a giveaway of my book and some stickers that I am going to send someone, some cute Therapy in the Great Outdoors stickers with our logo that you can put on water bottles, and a copy of my book, which is called Therapy in the Great Outdoors, a startup guide to nature-based pediatric practice with 44 kid-tested activities. So if you are not familiar with this book, I wrote it in 2019, or published it in 2019, wrote it the year before that. And in the book, there are photos and step-by-step directions and list of supplies for 44 different activities that I found in my early days of nature-based practice worked really well with children. The reason I wrote this book is because what I was finding at the time, now there may be more now, right? This was 5-6 years ago. But at the time, what I was finding in a lot of the forest school books or other nature-related activity books for children were that the activities were just way too complex. So the criteria that I used to include activities in my book were that the activities needed to be using minimal supplies. So there really aren't a lot of big, like you don't need wood pallets or anything like that to do the activities in this book. They're meant to be put the supplies in a small-ish backpack and go into nature to do them with children. So I would love to give away a copy, and here's how you can get a copy. So I really want this podcast to reach more people. And one of the ways that a podcast actually gets seen by people in the podcast search engine world, it is search engine optimization, really the same way it is when we look up things on Google. And the one way the podcast gets found is by having reviews. It kind of legitimizes the podcast to the podcast player apps. So I would love it if you could leave a review for my birthday for the pod. You don't have to say it's my birthday, obviously, but I would love it if you could leave a 5-star review for the podcast and give the podcast some love so that other people can find it when they are searching for information about nature, nature-based therapy, outdoor therapy, those types of things. So here's what you need to do to enter, because I have to have some way to track this. You'll leave a review for the podcast wherever you listen. It doesn't have to be on any specific player. So wherever you listen to podcasts, I know a lot of people use Apple Podcast. Leave a review for the podcast and screenshot it before you post or after you post, but sometimes it has a delay and doesn't post till later because they have to approve it or whatever in the app. So wherever you listen, leave a podcast, do a quick screenshot, and then share it on Instagram and tag me. You have to tag me at Laura Park Fig so that I can put your name in the drawing to win the book. Now, if you're not on Instagram, or if you've already left a review for the podcast, first of all, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. It really does keep me keeping on doing this work, which is unpaid and actually costs money because we produce it and I pay people to help edit and it's my time and all of that. I just so appreciate it if you've already left a review. If you have already left a review, or if you're not on Instagram, you can enter the giveaway of the book and stickers by leaving a review for Therapy in the Great Outdoors on Google. So I will put the link for the Google review so you can just do a one click and it should pull up the form for you to review. And I'll put the link in the show notes, and then make sure after you do that to send me a DM on Instagram or inside of the Therapy in the Great Outdoors community so that I can put your name in the drawing. So you might notice that I am asking you to tag me or DM me for any review that you do, because this is how I'm going to literally manually keep a list of names here, put all of those names into a hat. I think I'm going to use a physical hat actually. And I'm going to do the drawing live in the TGO community in a live video. And I'll hopefully do it on Instagram at the same time on Wednesday, June 26th. So you have 1 week to submit your review for the podcast. And that's it. I also wanted to say on this little bonus episode that I want to invite you to come and work with me, or vacation with me, actually. And it's a work-cation. Let's just call it a work-cation. I'm hosting a nature-based business retreat for nature-based business owners in November in Santa Cruz, California. So we have 16 spots left. And I am in conversations with several really amazing mentors who are also nature-based business owners themselves. These people have been in my programs and have really brought value to the community inside of the Business Hive, which is my group coaching program. And I am in communication with them to kind of get a group of people leading this retreat with me so that you benefit from their experiences as well. They are people that I deeply, deeply respect, and I just know that they will bring really rich insight to our conversations during the retreat. We are going to be in Santa Cruz, California. Now, the reason for this is because it is flipping beautiful, okay? The retreat center that we are using it's not super fancy. It's very simple retreat style rooms, but it is in the middle of the redwoods. It's a Buddhist retreat center, so it is tranquil and lovely. There are redwoods everywhere. There are only redwoods in, like, I should have done this research before I started recording, like a few areas of the world, and this is one of the places. It is truly a magical place to spend a few days together working on our businesses. So the goal of this retreat is to help you get a strategic plan in place to do kind of a yearly review of your business from this year. It's going to be in November, the 7th to the 10th of November. It's a Thursday to a Sunday. The point of this retreat is really to help you review the current year, like review what you did this year, because we will be near the end of the school year, end of the calendar year. So the point is to review this year and then to plan for the next year. So I have seen that annual business planning drastically changes the revenue, the motivation, the stress load, meaning less stress, more revenue, less stress. That is kind of the goal of all my programs for you as a nature-based business owner. I have seen a yearly plan really give people direction and guidance and really change their business in significant ways. And so what I hope to do during this weekend is to really walk you all step by step through how to do that. So you're going to develop this yearly plan for your business for 2025, for the next year. But I really think the benefit to this retreat is that the structure you get in place for doing this annual review. I have a yearly review planning guide that I like, a physical printed copy of a planning guide that you can kind of use yourself from year to year to do the same thing in future years. So there's that piece. That's kind of the goal of the retreat. But what I really think is going to be equally beneficial, I was going to say more, but I don't know if more is the right word. Equally beneficial is the relationships that you will build in person with other nature-based business owners. So that is what I want to give us, is this amazing space to come together and talk business, but with like-minded people who are also running nature-based businesses. So if it sounds like something you would be interested in, you can go to therapyinthegreatoutdoors.com/retreat. And you will get all the information there. I will have the mentors up there soon. I just haven't confirmed with all of them yet. The deadline, this is important. I always say deadlines drive decisions. Y'all have until August 1st to decide if you want to come. I am capping registration at that date, and then we will move forward with planning and finalizing all the rooms and things like that. Oh, I should say that too. So because this is a business retreat, I really want it to be restful for you as well. Like, actually, I meant what I said about a work-cation. So I want each person to have their own room. So I'm not doing shared rooms for this retreat. There's one price for all people. It's not like if you share a room, you get it for less, or if you stay off site, you get it for less. Like, this is going to be, we're all staying on site. You get your own individual room with your own private bathroom. And again, the rooms are simple, but they're beautiful. And it will give you space and time to really think. I think a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we do not stop and think. We don't take this time. We don't carve out this time for ourselves to have the downtime to be able to think creatively and to make really wise decisions about our business. And so I have purposely planned the schedule at the retreat to be an equal mix of really focused work time and also time for us to enjoy the redwoods, to enjoy being together in unstructured ways, to just talk about things, natural conversations that come up, to go on hikes, to go to the beach. The beach is like a 10-minute drive from the facility. So it is just it's going to be a fabulous time. I can't wait. I'm like looking forward to it so much. I think that's also something in business that we need to do, is give ourselves things to look forward to related to our business. So if this sounds good to you or like something you might be interested in, again, you can get the information at therapyinthegreatoutdoors.com/retreat. And that's it for the bonus episode. Enter the giveaway so I can send you a present if you win the drawing, and you're invited to come hang out with me for a work-cation in November. All right, I'll see you next week, back to our regular episode where I'll be sharing more helpful content with you about nature-based pediatric therapy and business. Bye.